You're listening to the Really Very Crunchy podcast bonus episode. Emily, you had some encounters today at Kroger.
Living in a small town is kind of funny because it's not that small of a town, but it is small enough that you see people you know at the store.
Yeah. Not small enough that, you all just know each other.
Right.
And they're just waiting to be part of your next video.
Acquaintances.
And talked about it.
Did we even talk about that?
I don't know.
I don't think we talked about that.
We might.
No. So it's a small enough town to recognize when you go to a local grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about the one I was at today. But there's this lady at the local grocery store that we always say hi to each other. And it's enough.
Really? I don't have that.
Really?
I don't have that at all. Hey, I did almost. Sorry, I'll get back to you. Lawrence at Kroger,
right?
When Oaks was born, we had a moment.
Jason thought this guy that worked the nighttime self-checkout was his guardian angel.
I thought for a second he was my guardian angel.
Very handsome.
Very nice guy.
Yeah.
Older gentleman.
Yeah.
But
he has an angel smile.
Does.
He could be. And his name is almost Clarence.
And I know. And I was raised on Touched by an Angel. And he's got the little Kroger glow on his bald head.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's Tess. It's my angel. But over the years, he's still working there. All right.
Still working there.
Yeah. But Lawrence, we had a moment where Oaks was just born. I was a new dad. And he's just sitting there.
Do you remember what he told you?
It was more of what I felt when he was done. It was more of an encouragement. I don't remember the specific words, but it was you've got this, man. And, you're going to be a great dad. It's wonderful.
But it stuck
goes
with
by
you.
quick. That moment stuck with the feeling I had. Maybe angels hang out for a while.
Maybe he's a few people's angel.
Yeah. No.
Anyway, you know his name.
Lawrence, yeah.
And but he works at Kroger.
The problem is he doesn't remember me.
Yeah, I know. You've seen him multiple times.
I said, hey, Lawrence. He's like, hey. We had a moment 8 years ago.
Well, there's a guy who works in the frozen food section who knows me. Not from my videos or something. Just he's like, oh, hey, you're by yourself today? Don't have your little helpers? It's a small enough town to be like that, but not.
And you have another one, the woman you spoke of at a different place. Yeah.
Right. But today, so I saw several people I knew at Kroger. Not I'm going to go up and give them a hug, but wave across the aisle.
Yeah.
Except there was one lady who were acquaintances, and we've talked. We've messaged each other.
Oh.
She started coming down the aisle that has, so on one side is toilet paper, paper towels, all that kind of stuff. Then on the other side is beef jerky and nuts and freeze-dried fruit. And then at the end of that, it has paper products like paper plates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're going there for the jerky.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the freeze-dried fruit. Though freeze-dried fruit is so expensive. I'm like, I should just buy a freeze dryer. How much I'm paying for the freeze-dried fruit.
Freeze dryers are also very expensive.
Yeah. And then those Soleil, is that what they're called? The Soleil mango bars. I really like those. It's just mango.
I don't know that one.
It is mango wrapped in plastic. So.
Okay.
But delicious.
Oh,
but so expensive.
Yeah. Okay.
But mangoes are expensive.
So the lady's at the end of the aisle.
She was coming down the aisle, and then, I was walking.
How far away were you?
She was at the very end of the aisle, and I was at the very end of the other side of the,
Gotcha.
Both entering the aisle.
Yeah.
We saw each other, and she backed out and went away.
Did your eyes met?
Yes.
And she backed out. And I know who you're talking about. You told me that you saw so-and-so. But, your eyes met.
Yes.
And then just a stop where you are.
We had already waved at each other in the produce section.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Well,
now that you say that.
I was down a different aisle.
Maybe she just forgot something. Maybe she's going down the wrong aisle.
I couldn't see in her cart at the produce section, not that I was looking. But I think
she doesn't look in your cart, by the way, people. Other people look in your cart.
Yeah, I don't
all the time.
care what you're buying. No, she started coming down. And my thought was, she doesn't want me to see what's in her cart or something. I don't know. Or maybe she didn't want me to see her grabbing paper plates because she saw our rant about paper plates. Or maybe
she forgot cereal on the other aisle.
Maybe. Let's go with that.
Yeah. Best interpretation.
Maybe she doesn't care what I think.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Anyway, that wasn't my most interesting.
Did it feel hurtful?
No, I was just like, well, that was weird. That wasn't my most interesting encounter.
Yeah. Okay.
So this little boy came up to me. I had the two boys with me, my two boys.
Yeah.
And Alder is shorter than Oaks, obviously, but he was standing on the back of the cart and Oaks was standing right next to him. Mm-hmm. They were trying to convince me to buy pirate booty because Oaks had it at art camp once and he was saying it was the best snack he has ever had.
Pirate booty's pretty cool.
Entire life.
Pretty good.
And Alder was saying, can we please get it for my birthday?
Ooh.
And I'm like...
Which is in like 3 days.
Yeah. And so then I was like, guys.
Yeah.
Can we choose something else?
There's no food dye.
Oaks is selling it.
Yeah.
He's like, well, it has cheddar is what he's saying. And I don't know, whatever. Anyway, the second ingredient's canola oil, I think. It's like, it's not... something we would typically buy. I did buy it. You heard it here, folks.
I know.
I bought pirate booty for the first time in my life because my children convinced me for their birthday. Anyway.
There's a podcaster who asked, how's your keto journey going? And I would like to update you specifically and say, fine until pirate booty. You bring pirate booty in the home, it's delicious, not sponsored.
I didn't think it was good.
It's pretty good.
I tasted it.
It's very salty.
Anyway, so we were standing there. That's why they were standing like that. They were really trying to sell it. Okay, so this kid came up to me. And he was like, are they twins? And I was like... No, I've never even thought that they looked alike at all.
No.
I guess in their face a little.
I mean, you could tell that they're brothers, I think.
You think?
Yeah. Especially now that Alder has
one
teeth.
One has like the thin blonde hair and one has wiry, curly-ish red hair. And anyway, he said, well, I just looked at their faces and thought, surely they're twins. And this kid is so cute. And so then he
does he not have a guardian anywhere?
He had a grandpa. I could tell this guy was his grandpa, but he was on one of those like electric scooter things.
Oh.
And we were just coming down the pirate booty aisle and the guy, he just rode on past and he kept going. And this kid is with me. Okay. Like the guardian is gone.
And that's how your children get snatched. Yeah.
And he was adorable. He looked almost exactly like the little boy in that commercial who says, and you know what he did?
Oh, and you know what he did? Yeah.
He kicked him.
Yeah.
He looked
the viral video from 2009?
Yeah.
Something like that. That was huge when we were in college.
That little boy's adorable.
Yeah.
And this little boy looked almost exactly like him.
Nice.
So, anyway, he's talking to me. And he starts reaching in the cart and he's like, is this a lemon? And I'm like, yeah, that's a lemon. Is this cabbage? Yeah. And he's pulling out.
Have you ever seen Third Rock from the Sun?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like way back, I think you encountered an alien.
Well, it was.
He's asking, is this a lemon? Is this a cabbage? Like he's learning, like he's just visiting Earth. You had or a guardian angel. Like Clarence or Lawrence.
Okay, well, what was weird is my kids were like...
He's a cherub.
Kind of weirded out by him.
Well, yeah, like, I mean, like, is this a lemon?
Oaks is like, why is he touching our food? But Oaks is a little bit of a germaphobe. And I'm like, well, other people touch all of the food that we buy. every single item that we purchase has been touched because it had to be placed on the shelf. So
Gross.
like, chill.
That's disgusting.
And so then he wants to measure his height against my boys. Because I was
and
like,
Grandpa's just scooting on down the aisle. He's gone. Is he down a different aisle?
I don't know.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Anyway, I'm like amused. So they were about the same height. Anyway, we're just like chatting weird, strange small talk. And he's like, my dad's King Von. And I was like,
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is. And he's like, he's dead.
What?
Yeah.
King
Von.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Did you look that up?
Yeah.
Okay. What does it mean?
So I got out to the car. A Chicago rapper who was shot and killed in Atlanta, Georgia in like a shootout.
Really?
But he was like, you should listen to his music. He made good music, but he's dead. And then he walked away. And it was really like, what just happened?
Whoa.
So sad.
Wow.
But
okay.
So I haven't listened to his music yet.
Yeah, I was going to ask, have you looked up King Von?
I looked him up. I think he was a pretty big deal. He has a Wikipedia page.
Wow.
Yeah. But
I want a Wikipedia page.
Yeah, I mean it was such a strange encounter, and just that like he threw that in at the end.
I mean,
my dad's King Von.
Do lie.
I looked up King Von's son.
Oh. Yeah.
And I could only find like young pictures of him. I think he was on one of the albums of King Von. Yeah, so the kid said he was 7, and it tracks.
Yeah.
So
wow. So he wouldn't have really remembered his dad because he was 1 when he died. If that's
really?
If his dad was King Von. But
I don't know.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredibly sad if that's true.
So sad.
I would just like to say that after some post-podcast recording sleuthing, that child duped you, Emily, and is not the child of King Von. Unless...
the only reason I think that it's not, because the kid looks very similar on the kid online.
Which the mother does a big social media thing. It's not like weird sleuthing.
No, he has like 400,000 followers or something. They do look similar, but this other kid was much larger.
Yeah, okay.
So,
and the most recent post is like a week ago.
Yeah, March 16th.
And they're not the same kid.
No, it's a different child.
Yeah. And the other 2 kids that he had apparently were daughters. And so, I mean, I'm not saying the kid's a liar. I'm just saying you were duped. All right, back to regular scheduled programming. You were duped.
Meet interesting people. Before this podcast, you were like, I said, I had a weird encounter at Kroger, and you're like, can I make fun of it? And I said, no, I don't think so. And now you see why.
I mean, yeah.
One of my friends told me, she said, you always get in the most interesting situations. You always meet strange people get into odd conversations or odd situations because you accept.
It's because the aliens are drawn to you. Maybe you're one of theirs.
Probably. Because like you
maybe your parents died on planet Krypton or something. You just don't have the Superman powers.
That's unfortunate.
I'm made of kryptonite.
My hips hurt. Like Superman never had to go through that.
You know that emerald I bought you that one time? It's actually kryptonite.
I haven't worn it, so should I be? Is it gonna have an opposite effect?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know my Superman lore very well. Go ahead.
Well, I think it's because I'm open to talking to people. Like some people would have been like, yeah, you need to go find your dad or whoever, that would have been harsh to say though.
Oh gosh.
So I knew it was
you need to chase after your grandpa.
I did eventually say like, I think your grandpa went that way. But then that's when he was like, you should listen to King Von, and then the whole thing. And then I was like, I feel so sad. But then every time we saw him, because, you continue to see people through the store, he had the sweetest smile and biggest wave at us.
That is
so
really
cute.
Sweet. That's really, and well, I think the most tragic thing about that is that it's on his mind, very readily on his mind.
Yeah.
That he feels that absence.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's proud, obviously, that his dad that he never got to know accomplished something. I've never heard of him, and I don't know anything about him.
We're not
I'm not telling you go check out King Von. And it's who knows? I mean,
I could look at his Spotify and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, but I think part of it is just the willingness to have a conversation with someone. The willingness to amuse whatever they're saying, or take an invitation, or say yes to something what?
There's 13 million monthly listeners.
There's a big deal.
Big deal. All of it's explicit.
So
just letting you know.
There was a girl before we started the podcast. This girl asked me if I would go on a thrifting trip with her. Mm-hmm. And she was just a fan of Really Very Crunchy, and I said yes, and went and stayed in a hotel room with someone I didn't know.
Yeah.
For 3 days. Yeah. We traveled around, and it was fun, and I made a friend out of it. But I don't know that everybody would do that.
I'm not saying. I'll just say this, and I'll leave it at this. Not everything that we say yes to ends up being ideal.
Oh,
I'm just going to leave that at that. And
so I think sometimes, but you have to say yes if you want good stories.
True.
If you want an interesting life.
Yes, but interesting often comes with hardship.
And
awkwardness. And awkwardness.
And I like that. I like having a story.
I like having a story, but it's awful in the moment.
Or is it hilarious?
Well, it depends on what it is.
Yeah.
Like, a great story is that time you have a flat and you have to go, hitchhike.
You're just making something up.
Yeah, hitchhike forever, but it's miserable and everything else. But, it's not great. It's miserable to be in Korea and be given a towel to sleep on when you're going to bed. It's a good story.
Yeah. Well, you just
miserable.
Really didn't tell it very well, but yeah, we have a story about that.
Yeah.
One time my brother was hitchhiking in a random place. I think it was random Midwest.
Yeah.
Had no idea that my parents were driving through there, and my dad picked him up.
No.
Yes. Yeah.
There's no...
No, it was not planned. It was yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Was it a happy reunion?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Random.
How far away were both of them from home?
I can't remember the details. Can't remember.
But it was far.
It was
kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Right. It was not where either of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It was actually not just my dad, my mom and my brothers.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Lawrence must have been watching over them. That's a great story.
But I do get into conversations with people where they tell me their entire life story, like a lady at the post office. Do people just not respond? Like, this lady was giving me name suggestions for our baby and told me that her husband was on dialysis. And then we started talking about kidney disease. And
so when you get into those situations, do you start talking back to them? Do you keep the conversation going, or do you just try to move on?
I didn't have much of an opportunity with this lady.
Yeah.
Because she was just talking.
Yeah.
But I responded and answered her questions.
I think you have it's why I'm able to do this podcast. You have I really want to talk to you.
I think the reason that I have interesting stories, or at least I think I have interesting stories.
Yeah.
Is that I'm open to talking to people.
Yeah. I agree. I don't have nearly as many interesting stories. Most of my interesting stories come from being around you. You're an interesting and adventurous person. Without
I don't know that I'm that interesting. I just open myself to interesting people. So then I get exposed to it,
and you're adventurous. So, and I'm not as adventurous as you are. You force me to be adventurous.
Oh.
And so my life's just interesting because of you.
One of my favorite stories is I went to help my brother. He worked in Joshua Tree for a music festival. He traveled around for music festivals.
Yeah.
Anyway, for some reason I went to his workplace with him that it was really just like a hippie commune type place.
Wait, I was there with you. Not at the thing. I stayed back at the house with our dog. Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to this place and this girl was like, I just found this gummy. Do you want to do it with me? I think it was ecstasy or something. Or something.
LSD.
I don't know. And I was like, oh man, I gave up gluten, dairy, and sugar.
I forgot about that.
As if it wasn't the drugs, I wouldn't have done it. That was my excuse to her. And I think about that all the time.
I totally forgot about that.
Oh, man.
I gave up
gluten, dairy, and sugar.
And she's just looking at you like,
So I'm not always that interesting,
on this,
Jason.
I promise you wouldn't care. Wow. That's got to be the best refusal to drugs I've ever heard of in my life. All right, kid, you should run a DARE program. Kids, if anybody ever offers you drugs, just say...
in the form of a gummy.
I'm gluten, dairy, sugar-free, and you're probably covered.
Like, no, I don't do drugs. No, I don't do gluten, dairy,
gummy,
or
it's
sugar.
certainly got dyes in it. Forget the fact that it's
How did she get it into a gummy?
They do. I mean, it's not. I mean, that's.
It was like a
she didn't do it.
You don't think she did it?
No, she bought it.
Oh,
yeah.
That's so scary to me.
Well, especially now, because now all the drugs have like fentanyl in it.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah, just don't even.
Like they say, even buying weed is like super dangerous.
Really?
Now, yeah.
I'm glad that's not the kind of interesting
or
that I've
adventurous
allowed
you are
in my life.
Yeah. No. No, I've escaped that adventure, thankfully. So, all you have to do is go over to Illinois.
Yeah,
that adventure awaits.
Mm-hmm.
No, to live. I go with Robin Williams on this. Well, from the movie Hook. To live is a wonderful adventure. It's the greatest adventure. Of course, he committed suicide, so that's not a good example.
Well, he didn't write the script.
True, and Steven Spielberg's still alive, so
there you go.
To live is the greatest adventure.
I wonder if that's from the book, though.
Peter Pan?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Who wrote Peter Pan?
Stephen Curtis Chapman. I don't know.
I'm diving in. I'm going deep.
See, this is where you should have said, "This is the great adventure." No, never mind.
Wait, does he sing I'm diving in?
Yeah.
Okay.
He does. That works for drugs, too.
Yeah.
So, but we're not saying Stephen Curtis Chapman does drugs. I'm sorry.
I feel certain.
What are we doing? All right. Thank you for listening to
this week's bonus episode.
Bonus?
Jason had a plan and forgot it.
I did.
So he's like, just what was the thing about Kroger that you...
No, this is a very well thought out podcast. Thank you very much. I just happened to forget what it was thought out to be today. If you are willing to take an adventure, take a ride on over to the review section. Leave us a review. 5 stars, if you please. Don't use the excuse, sorry, but I'm not on gluten, dairy, and sugar right now, because none of those apply to reviews. So, anyway, we will see you next week. Happy Easter, everyone. Hope you enjoy it.
It's the least Eastery episode ever. Couldn't think of a less Eastery episode.
Well. All right.
Yep.
See you next week.
Bye.